each February, Gene and I try to go down to the Freed Hardeman lectureship and participate in as many of the lectures as we can. There's one particular thing we like to do each year, and that's attend the Friends of the Restoration Movement luncheon. And this is where they tell of a speaker will talk while most of us eating and tell the story about a preacher in the past, a deceased preacher that's done a great work for the Lord. And this year it was by the man named George W.D. Hoff. I'd heard maybe of his name, I didn't know anything about the man, but he tells a little history about him. And I thought it really impressed me, his life story and everything, and I'd like to share that with you tonight. He was born near Mangrum, Arkansas. That's not too far out of Black Oak, Arkansas, which in the general Jonesboro area, in 1913. That's a couple years before my parents were born. He's born in the country and from a very poor family, but they were Christians. And as he grew up, by the time his father passed it when he was 6 years old. But as he grew up, he decided he wanted to be a preacher. He immediately, after he was baptized at the age of 14, he started getting involved in a regular worship service there at that congregation. And started writing letters to schools around college or Christian schools that he might be able to go on and advance from there to get a 4-year high school education in a Christian setting. He wrote all these letters, but he had only one response, and it was from Spencer, Tennessee. Spencer, Tennessee had a school, probably like Harding. They had college with the school, but he made inquiries and found out if he could come up with $12 a month, they could room and board him there, and they would furnish him an extra job for spending the money. But his parents was not able to afford this for the young man, and the congregation, though, was so encouraging and supportive of his ability. They could see the potential in him, and they immediately said, "We will support him the 9 months while he's going to school." He had no proper clothing to wear to school, and the ladies from the church did a wardrobe for him and fitted him out with proper clothing. Anyway, he went on and immediately started learning to preach and started attending preaching where he could and picking up, I guess, a few pennies and dollars or dimes there. But he did his 4 years there, and during the summer months he would preach. By the end of his 15th year, 15-year-old, he was able to be self-supportive. His ability, he was a great speaker. He turned out to be a great teacher and evangelist, of course. And anyway, I'd like to read and tell you a little bit about his accomplishments. He got with the Lepanto, Arkansas church and worked there 6 years. He went to college at Freed. He went 1 year at Freed. He went 2 years at Harding, freshman year and senior year, and he went to 2 other colleges. Anyway, he got a rounded degree in a lot of subjects. But he preached 6 years at Lepanto and had made such an impression on the community. When he got ready to make a move, he was written up in the paper of his accomplishments, and he was 25 years old at this time, and he had baptized 2,300 people. Here's some of the things that his accomplishments that he did in school and his life. In college, he was very good in debating and went in competition in that and won the Davis Cup in that. Later, he served as president of Magic Valley Christian College in Idaho. He wrote for the 20th Century Magazine, the Christian Magazine, and the Gospel Advocate. He wrote 75 Sunday school workbooks back in the early 30s and 40s that a lot of them, I understand, are still being used today. He wrote 23 literary books, and here's an example of 3 of them. Why We Believe the Bible, Alleged Bible Contradictions Explained, and I see my time is up. He preached 5,000 radio sermons, wrote a complete set of commentaries, both old and new, and I found Brother Jerry had a set of those. Served as vice president at Freed-Hardeman College for a short time, owned his own publishing company and bookstore, served as Rotary governor from 1958 to 1995. Brother Deffenbaugh was blessed with the ability to touch people's heart with the story of Jesus. In his lifetime, he baptized a total of 10,556 souls. He lived in Murfreesboro, Tennessee from 1945 until his death, having preached mostly in Arkansas and Missouri and Tennessee, but he also preached in some 35 other states. And here's his rules for life, and I found them very interesting. Number one, I try never to say anything behind a man's back that would give me the least bit of embarrassment to say to his face. That's a pretty strong point there he made. I try never to speak back to personal critics. Friends do not need to hear the defense, and enemies would not believe it. Number three, every day I greet every person I see with a smile and make a special effort if one is poor, unfortunate, or in unfortunate circumstances. The first thing when I wake in the morning, I plan what my duty for the day is and try to go beyond it. Number five, every day I read from the Bible and from some other good book. Feeding the mind and soul is more important than the bodily food. Number six, I try to pay every day that I owe on time and always to save something from every paycheck, even however small. Number seven, I like people and never harbor any malice or hatred towards any person in the world. I like places, and I have yet to be anywhere I do not like. I go there with the intention of liking the place. I am a confirmed optimist, believing that even in this life, evil men will be punished by their own unhappiness, and good men will be rewarded. Number nine, I try to close each day as if it were the last day I'd be on earth, closing the book on all regrets and wrongs. Number 10, the last thing I do at night is to count one by one the blessings of the day. This makes me so thankful and happy that I soon drift into pleasant sleep. In this spirit, I hope to close life's journey and drift into eternity. Do you and I have any personal rules or goals that we live by or might want to make for our own lives that will make us a better husband and wife, parent, grandparents, etc., or just a better Christian? That's something we might want to think about as we stand and prepare to sing the invitation song. Anyone here has any needs, come forward at this time.